Welcome everyone to Jack and I's first live on Instagram and LinkedIn. My name is Jennifer Young. I am an intuitive business advisor and the founder of the School of Intuitive Leadership. And I am here today with Jack Jendo. Jack, I will let you introduce yourself.
Hi, Jen. Thank you. So I'm Jack Jendo. I'm a social entrepreneur. I love working with other entrepreneurs to making some change in the world. I focus on personal leadership. How do you start the business? Either it's an organization or business. And I'm also part of the Brain Digits team. I founded Brain Digits 2 years ago to build a worldwide entrepreneurial community. And we founded the START program that actually help entrepreneurs to start and enjoy working during this journey. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you. So Jack and I have been friends for a little while now. We're UN colleagues, and we have very much of the same philosophy in business and in our work, particularly around leadership, personal leadership and leadership in business. And we were just both really inspired to have these weekly conversations with our community to help entrepreneurs get started, get unstuck, or just take that next leap that they're craving to take. And as we were speaking, both of us realized that, you know, one thing that's really common with most entrepreneurs, whether they're just starting off or they're, you know, really successful in making 6 or 7 figures, our brain gets in the way and fear gets in the way, and we often get stuck with something we're dreaming of doing or craving of doing, and we kind of fall into like this analysis paralysis. And Jack and I think both of us are very much risk takers. We take a lot of leaps. We kind of just go out there and try things and do things. And we wanted to share like our experience and our learnings around this to help you guys kind of get unstuck with whatever you're craving, that next step that you're craving to take. We want to help you kind of get unstuck with that. So I guess, Jack, I'm curious, like yesterday at the School of Intuitive Leadership, we had a coaching session with our group, and this was actually the whole theme of the session. I asked everyone, like, what is your intuition telling you to do next? And why are you not doing it? And everybody had something and everybody had a reason. And it often revolved around fear or overthinking the process of what needs to happen to get it started. So instead of looking at just the first step, they're looking at the next 30, 50, 60 steps. So I'm curious about like what you see with entrepreneurs around this topic.
Yeah. First, let me tell everyone something, that whenever you feel there is a specific topic that is holding you back, or a problem, or just any idea, just share it with us so we can cover it in either in this live or the next sessions that we're going hopefully every week. Because every day, like, I do a different talk with different people and realize that the main problem is fear, but it's not what we say. Actually, it's not fear what we claim that is the actual problem. But sometimes we say that, okay, my idea is not ready. I'm working on a book. I'm working on a new idea. I'm working on the company structure. I'm working on registration. I'm working on a new website. So I hear a lot of like sentences, a lot of, you know, I don't want to say excuses because it's something for, you know, for us. So we don't need to make excuses, but it's actually some kind of excuses that we say to ourselves. Because we're afraid to fail, because unfortunately the education system didn't help us enough to think out of the box and, you know, take the courage to just do whatever we want, just to learn and keep learning and keep failing. It's fine. Failure is really the greatest part of the journey, and to love actually the journey, to do what we love. This is what the word means when we say do what you love, is actually to fall in love with the journey, not the goal, not the result. So yeah, the first thing that we need to actually, the only thing that we need to to be scared of is fear itself, not why do we need to be afraid or how we gonna, you know, the challenge is to overcome this fear or the actual challenge. So just do it. This is why we named the program Start. Just start, you know, just start. Whatever you're doing, just start. And it's not necessarily that you're going public, you're going live with everything. You just start publishing, start working, create a smaller audience. And there's a science for that. There's an actual steps to test your idea, to talk to people, to make surveys, and to learn if your idea is actually, you know, what you really need to do or not. And yeah, keep trying, you know, it's amazing. Like the journey itself is amazing. It's not easy, but it's great and it's amazing and it's doable.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to ask Jack, someone in the Instagram live chat said the audio. So I don't know if we're having an audio issue, which we thought might happen because we're on both. So I just asked the person, Versa Cap Digital, if there's something weird with the audio, just tell us in the chat, guys, so we can try to fix that.
Technically, I can hear you on Instagram, but I'm not sure.
I wonder if they're hearing us in double. We'll see if the person answers to let us know.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd love to. Okay, so I'm gonna slip in here with my yoga therapy background and talk a little bit about fear, because I really love for people to understand like what fear is, what's happening in our body, and why you really don't have to be so scared to take a step. So, and what you can do to move out of that fear and tell your nervous system and your brain that you're safe, you're not going to die if you launch this business. There's an echo. Okay, he's saying there's an echo. Yeah.
Is your Instagram volume down?
It's all the way down.
Okay, well, not sure.
But I can hear my echo actually in the video. So yeah, I'm not sure. We might need to ask people to pop over to LinkedIn, because there does seem to be an echo.
Okay, once everyone shifts to LinkedIn, we can make another actually live on Instagram maybe later on.
Yeah, maybe we can do
it. But
another.
I think most of entrepreneurs are on LinkedIn. If not, they have to be.
Yes. So challenge, if you're on Instagram right now and it's echoing, head over to LinkedIn. Jack and I are both there live right now. And you can maybe join that one and remove yourself from here if it's echoing, and we're going to fix this for the next time. So, okay, so let's come back to fear and the nervous system and what actually happens to us. So, we have two parts of our nervous system, right? We have the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. Parasympathetic is rest and digest. Sympathetic is the stress response. And the stress response is there to like warn us in advance of what we can do or think about so that we're not reckless, which is something we need to do, right? So we're not asking you guys to like go out and be reckless and do all kinds of, you know, crazy stuff without thinking it through a little bit. But if we let the sympathetic nervous system, or what I like to talk about is the left brain, which is our logical, analytical brain, if we let those two parts of us lead, we're always just going to stay really comfortable and really safe, and we're never going to step outside of our comfort zone. And growth happens outside of our comfort zone. So if you want to see your dreams manifested, if you want to launch that business, if you want to achieve more success, if you want to have that dream lifestyle that you have in your mind, whatever that looks like for you, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. And you also have to remind your nervous system that you've got this, and that you're totally capable, and that you're safe, so that you can step outside of your comfort zone and take these small, medium, and big leaps. It doesn't always have to be big leaps. And maybe we can like dive into this a little bit more on another session of like how you can do that. But essentially it's like anything that allows you to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So it can look like things, if you're thinking about like launching a business and you're in front of your computer and you're overthinking and overthinking and over planning, and you're just like stuck in analysis paralysis and you're imagining all of the disaster scenarios, an example is like, just shelf it for a couple of hours or a couple of days, go out, take a walk, go do something fun, go do something that's going to activate those hormones in your body, like the happy hormones. And I think, Jack, you're such a good example of this. So I'm going to enter a little side note here. When you were running for that political thing in Lebanon, like I imagine you were under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress, and it was brand new territory for you, right? Like you're an entrepreneur, but like stepping into this political thing was like putting on a brand new pair of shoes. So I'd love to hear you talk about that a little bit. Like you brought so much fun into that experience, which is, I think, what allowed you to have such a big impact in that journey.
Yeah, actually, this is a very important topic, to use entrepreneurship mindset into, anything that you do in life. So this was actually my aim, and this is why I was running for elections. I wanted to, to bring that idea to life, especially with the youth and the people or the groups that have less access to the resources or to dreams, especially in countries where, you have more lack of that access. And it was actually, I reached out to many people. Many people were sending me messages from youth, women, people who feel that there is no hope actually in political life or the strategies that the government set. But this is the point. If we bring the entrepreneurial mindset everywhere, then when we start to find solutions to problems, and then talking to people and bringing those ideas, to life. And I was going to some stores sometimes and giving them some ideas. It was amazing, like going and just distributing ideas for shops, for small businesses. It's not like I was going and talking about politics. At the end, politics is to serve humans. So this was my main idea, and it's coming from the entrepreneurial world, because in entrepreneurship, when you're starting a new idea, a new business, a new pitch, you need to focus on human. Your idea should be human-centered. You only need to focus on human, actually. If you solve their problems, if you solve any problem in, the world, then you're going the right way. And I'm not saying that you need to start an NGO or an initiative to just help people. You're helping people whenever you're helping them to start their business. You're helping people whenever you're hiring people to work with you on a greater cause. You're helping people when you're giving purpose, you're giving value. And this was actually a big change when during the political campaign. People were excited. Like I had a lot of votes from people who I never talked to until that elections campaign, and they trusted that this is what we want in governments. And by the way, I'm planning, after all the surveys, all the talks, to start a political leadership academy in Lebanon. Because I hope it will be like regional more, but I think the world needs those ideas, like to bring all the innovative mindset, the human aspect to the political world, because this is gonna be a big change in the world, hopefully. So yeah, it was a great experience using all the details, and I urge everyone to use this mindset in your families, in school, at the university, everywhere. It's not about business only, it's about the whole life. It's about humanity.
Yeah, I'm curious, Jack, because you talk a lot about this, about focusing on the human side of things, or the value you want to bring, or the impact you want to create. Do you find that when you put your focus on that instead of the final goal or the success of the thing, that you're less stressed, that it's easier to take leaps and move forward? Because I feel like when we're focused on we need to reach this specific goal, or the business needs to be financially successful, or whatever, my sense is that it's more stressful and it's harder to move forward than when you're focused on the impact you want to create.
Yeah, exactly. Because whenever you're focusing on other goals, like the I don't know, just creating a business or on the income to get more profit. It's hard because actually nobody is interested about your goals. People are interested about solving their problems. It's as easy as this. Um, but the other part is that the combination of the whole aspects of our life, which is the passion, the love that we have, the emotions that we hold, the aim for success, the ambitions, all these aspects are combined in us, in our purpose. So if we don't take care of that, and most of it, you know, like, let me say 70 or 80% of it, it's related to others. It's related to helping others and not to do it, you know, as for your own. And whenever you help someone to start their journey properly, you feel that success already, even if you're not, you know, getting paid enough money, even if you're not maybe increasing or improving your business, even if you're not having that car that you love, you already feel that satisfaction if you
Yeah.
really look deeply inside. And I mean, I don't mean here that you don't need to take care of your financial, you know, burdens or financial plans or goals. You should have this as well. Your success in the business, to expand your team, all of these are, you know, great things. And but these can be organized. You know, it's not something you need to feel. It's not something you need to just organize. You need to take care of your cash flow, learn how to invest in your business, learn how to invest in other. If your aim is to make money, then you can learn how to make money. It's easy. If you want to learn how to start a business, to build a business system, it's easy. You can take a course and learn how to get a coach or learn how to organize and launch your business. It's as easy as getting the skills.
Yeah.
But when it comes to helping people, this is not something that I can teach you to do. It's something that you need to feel, that you need to feel passionate about. It's a lifestyle more, and it needs time to see that, you know, satisfaction and to feel it. This is why I focus on helping humans more, and I feel happier. You know, I feel all the motivation. Everyone, like literally everyone I talk to, they ask me, or to see my profile, they ask me, how do you find time or energy to do all these stuff? It's because, you know, of people. When I see the change in people, I'm fully energized.
Yeah, I love that. So there's a few things I want to say about this. One is, the first thing is that when you give yourself permission to just step forward without the thing needing to be perfect, it releases so much stress from the beginning. So and we were talking about this just before getting on, like, you know, allowing yourself some space and freedom to like prototype stuff, you know, it doesn't have to be the perfect version of the thing right away. And things take time. The entrepreneurial journey is one of constant and infinite growth. It never ends. You're always stretching yourself a little bit more. You're always learning something new. And so really removing your focus from the destination, I think, is so important. And then you have the freedom to be like, let me just try this thing and see what happens without being reckless. As long as you have a brain, you're not going to be reckless. The left brain, trust me, is a big bully. It will step in all the time. The left brain is the one that's going to like try to keep us safe and make things structured and make sure we're being logical. So you don't have to worry about being reckless, because it's like you have that backup system and you're in your sympathetic nervous system that's always going to warn you if you're about to do something crazy. And this session that Jack and I are doing today is kind of a perfect example of this. You know, we had this, both of us had this like passion to really want to help more people, to have these conversations instead of having them just him and I, to have them openly with everybody, with our community, and just share as much as we could to add value and to support entrepreneurs and like taking that next step. And it's not perfect, you know, we're like, oh, we're trying Instagram and LinkedIn today. Oh, there's an echo in the sound. You know, no one's dying. We're not saving lives here. It's trial and error. And I think it's really important as entrepreneurs to allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to try something and let it not be perfect, to try something and let it be a little bit messy and a little bit chaotic. And it's not a big deal. We're all human, you know, and if you can just allow yourself to be human, and not be this perfect, you know, shiny, put together version of who you think you should be, it's going to be so much easier to just get things started, get unstuck, take some leaps, and have fun, I think is really the most important piece.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I wanted to add something before jumping to Elisa. Just shared something interesting on LinkedIn comments, but it's that, you know, ask from everyone to start. It's actually because I see a lot of potential, and it's not our right to hold that back from the world, because the world needs our purpose. It's actually, we were born for some reason. We were born to provide something to the world. And before jumping to, yeah, I would like actually to cover this point through what Elisa just mentioned. She said, yes, unfortunately, fear is the main reason. Certainly in my case, I think why certain people don't take the step and just do it. In my case, it was really the money worry, and am I good enough for this business world, which set their performance levels so high. You know, I love to put the points like 1, 2, 3, to put the bullet points before I start any idea, is that there are like some practical steps to test your idea to make sure that you're on the right track. I'm not saying to rush and just to start without planning. Yes, you need to plan, but the fear and the ideas that you have in your mind is holding you back. Actually, is not that you're not allowed to train. I mean, if I'm going to make a online learning platform, then let me start with some people to test my idea. Why am I holding it back? Or to start recording. And sometimes you just start recording for yourself. You don't need to publish it. You know, this is training actually. And when I'm planning to have a budget, imagine if you plan your business and say, okay, I need a couple of thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars sometimes just to buy that hosting and to, you know, do those designs, whatever. I need X amount of money. So I put it and I plan my financials accordingly. If you calculate your expenses, you will definitely, and this is a topic that we need to talk like fully during another session about the cash flow. It's actually, most of the time, it's what is holding most of the ideas, the great ideas, back. It's like, I don't have money to start. You have all the money in the world to start if you plan properly. If you need 6 months, then yes, accordingly, you will start planning your financials, saving some money, and you never underestimate what you can do in 6 months or 3 months to plan. If it's planned like on daily basis, you can build an empire in 6 months. Just the commitment and the continuity is the key. You know, when you start, just commit and keep doing that and keep doing that. No, if I look back to 10 years ago, like my business maybe was horrible for the new Jack, you know. Now I see it, oh, why did I do that? And I don't judge myself, because it was my information by that time. It was the word situation by that time. I mean, most of the people had the same maybe design style for the logo. I mean, you look back to when you are a kid, to your, you know, dressing style, and most of the time you feel like it was horrible, right? But it wasn't by that time, because the environment was different, people were different, the taste was different. So just start and go take day to day, and keep asking people, you know, you need to be, you take it like, to take all the innovation and technology and all the new thinking advantage, take advantage of that and just use it. We have a lot of platform, we have a lot of information online. There is everything that we need to start. The only thing that is holding us back is saying that we're not enough, we don't have enough money, we don't blah, blah, blah. I know people that started from zero money. Actually, I started from zero money. I didn't have any money to start. Okay, I had a lot of that. I was, you know, I know this is a cliche sentence to say, but I was so afraid, you know, leaving my job and starting this. I left my job. I don't do the recommendation now that I say to people is, you don't need to leave your job. You know, you need to plan And
Yeah.
once you're ready, sometimes people love their job, love their environment, but they need to have a side hustle. So you can do it. You know, you don't need to leave your job. Some businesses need just 1 hour per day. So yeah, I didn't have these options by that time. It was 12 years ago. I just started. It was like a suicide for me. I was scared, but I was doing it. And the
Yeah.
good thing, by the way, when you're scared and you start the thing that you need to start, is that you give it like 100%, like, you know, all your effort, because you're scared. You're scared to not having enough money to survive. You're scared
Yeah.
to fail your family. You're scared to whatever. And this is a motivation. Fear is good. Fear is good, but you just need to start. You feel the fear. It's fun. I'm not saying that you need to ignore it. Feel all your emotions, and this is the best
Yeah.
part as well.
Yeah. There's so many things I want to say about this, Jack. So first of all, like hand up, I also started with no money. So it's okay. And it's totally normal. And the other thing I want to say, so there's two other things I want to say about this. If we come back to like how our physiology works here. So I was talking before about the left brain and how like that's our logical and analytical side of our brain. And that's also there's limited knowledge and potential in there. It's only what we already know, what we've already learned, and our conditioning. And then the right brain, which we haven't talked about yet today, is intuition, creativity, infinite potential. This is the space where like any idea can come through. You can create anything, you can make infinite connections. And so when you think about cash flow, if you look at cash flow only from the logical side of your brain, you're only going to be looking at or exploring solutions based on what you already know only, which is, again, very limited. And there's probably not very much in there that's going to give you a path to expansion or to more resources or to more money. So obviously it's hard. Like, I know it's hard to know, like, is it my left brain that's thinking right now or my right brain? But what you can do is just ask yourself, like, what do I not already know? Where can I look, let's say, for money that I've never looked before? How could I create money in a way that I've never created before? And when you start to play in that space of new potential, that's where you can start to create like pathways to new resources and making money and all those kinds of things. So that's one thing. And the other thing I wanted to mention, I actually just read this morning in a book that I'm rereading, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. And I think especially today, this is something that we forget that's important, that we are responsible for funding our dreams. We are responsible for, if this is something that you want, you need to find a way to have revenue coming in or money coming in to support your dream or to fund your dream. And in the book, she talks about the shit sandwich, which is like everybody has to eat a shit sandwich on their journey to creating the thing they want to create. And it's often temporary, right? But it's like the thing that maybe it's not like our dream thing that we want to be doing right now, but it's funding our business, or it's funding the book we want to write and publish, or it's funding the nonprofit we want to create, or whatever that is, you know? And it's, I don't know, I just thought it was a fun and funny way to look at, to de-dramatize a little bit the making of money and knowing like we all have to do it. So choose your shit sandwich wisely. Like you get to choose what the thing is that you're going to do to bring the money in to fund your dream. So yeah.
So I think to be fair, now I think our time is done, but to have a food for thought for the next episodes, I would love actually to hear, you know, the topics that is holding everyone back other than fear. I know that money is a problem. There is a solution for that. I know that how to start a business is a problem. Sometimes the knowledge to know how to start the business, to organize it. But I'm not saying that this is not important, but this is something that you can learn. But the emotions are something you need to deal with which I think is something that you can't see, is not something easy to manage. This is why we feel that fear and, you know, the feeling to postpone or, you know, procrastinate things. This is what is more holding us back.
Yeah.
And it's important to solve. So yeah, it's very important to learn this stuff. And I'm sure that in the next episodes, we'll be talking about, to give some ideas about how to manage the financials to start. How can I, you know, get this specific budget, or sometimes do things for free. We can do things like free stuff. We can start our social media page, create content, learn how to do content, and start from a social media page instead of building a website, maybe to do the branding ourselves. It's actually something that we can do. We just need the commitment and to start. And it's fun. It's really fun. And it's, you know, it brings joy to your life, to all the other aspects. For me, I think that's it for today. We're gonna keep it 30 minutes as we agreed to, make like things easy and clear for everyone, and to give you enough time to think about what we discussed today. So we take like going to the next level or step in the next episode.
Yeah. And I'll just add, if you watch this after we actually went live, please feel free to like comment and let us know what you want us to talk about next. If there's something you're struggling with, yeah, just drop that in the comments. Jack and I are going to keep an eye on that. And if you want more like specific resources for you or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to either of us. You can send us a message on LinkedIn or on Instagram, and we're happy to connect you to anything that might be helpful along your journey. And this was super fun, Jack. I am excited about our next weeks, our next lives with better technical.
Yeah, sorry for Instagram viewers if you had the difficulty of the audio thing and or echo. Sorry for that. We will fix it very soon.
Yeah, we're gonna play with that. So so thank you for everyone who joined, for your comments, your feedback, and we can't wait to see you guys next week also.
Yep.
All right,
Bye,
Jack.
everyone.
Bye. Have a good day.